Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Final Stop with your hosts Lucas and Sam. This is Season 2, Episode 3. We didn't get to you guys last week. Brother was under the weather, wasn't feeling too good.
Yeah.
So we decided to skip that week, but now we can bring you the West Coast Slam with both Vegas and Phoenix in one episode.
Yeah. Quite a great week. A couple of weekends, actually. Surprise kind of racing we saw at Vegas with all the packs that were forming.
Mm-hmm. Kind of felt like Daytona.
Really, yeah, actually it did, but it was really intense. It was great racing. I don't know what more you could have asked out of Vegas.
It was a great race. The truck race was good. It was solid, competitive. John Hunter Nemechek ended up leading 94 laps, I believe, on his way to his first victory of the season and his first victory with KBM. Just a remarkable job. Ended up holding off his boss, Kyle Busch, pretty much for the whole race.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch coming back after he had a flat tire. He had a questionable spin, whether people believe it was his own intention or the car getting out.
We've seen drivers do it before.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
But we've also seen drivers get penalized for that before. I remember at a Bristol race, Dale Jr. had a flat tire. He was about to go down a lap, so he just whipped the car around.
Yeah.
And NASCAR's like, okay, well, here's a 2-lap penalty. Good luck getting that back.
And yet Hamlin did it in Pocono.
Yeah, and
he ended up winning the damn thing.
And he ended up winning the race. So that's a call for y'all to make. I don't really give a damn if he spins. He spins. It happens.
He didn't win the race. So
no, he didn't win the race. Austin Hill finishing third, a great run from him. Stuart Friesen finally coming around here at the mile-and-a-half track to the fourth place finish.
Oh, good. He needs something like that.
Zane Smith, who qualified 32nd, finished 6th, so he had a great run. Grant Enfinger, Parker Kligerman, Christian Eckes.
Kligerman especially starting actually dead last.
Yeah, Parker Kligerman started dead last, ended up finishing 8th, but Christian Eckes and Ben Rhodes round out your top 10. Any surprise runs that we had from the Truck Series? Let's see here. I know that Haley Deegan was running up really well before Rafael Lessard made a really poor timed block, and I can't remember who it was. I want to say, I really can't remember who it was, but a poorly timed block and ended up crashing him, her, and a couple of other drivers behind him.
Yeah.
Just one of those things. Connor Daly had a vicious crash.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm. He got loose. The air got him loose, and he overcorrected and just into the wall. And I guess he knocked the brakes out because he went back down and slammed the inside wall. The car caught fire.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was just one of them things. Connor
all
Daly's,
good though, right?
What? Oh yeah, no, he's all good. Good. But I just don't think he was ready for the aero package for this. I mean, he's raced road courses, but he's never raced a speedway.
True.
So a speedway in packs like this, the air is going to get completely different as it.
Oh yeah, it wasn't.
So right. I don't think he was ready for it. But Rafael Lessard cut off David Gilliland. That's who it was, and they all got up in a crash. But that's what happened. It was really a good race all the way around. I don't remember who our picks were for the races.
Off the top of my head.
Don't you have them
written down?
You don't have it right there?
I don't think so.
Oh well. Anyway, I know that I called John Hunter to win the truck race. And I said he was my money pick, and boy, was I right.
Oh, yeah.
So that was great to see. I just had a gut feeling that he was going to kick ass at Vegas. I don't know why. It just came to me in a dream.
I mean, he dropped back from the Cup Series to try to see if he can win some races in a truck, and there he is proving it.
Kind of reevaluating his talents and seeing what he can do.
I
think it's a good move. He did it well, and it's
something that he needed.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, and then next day we moved on to the Xfinity race, which I watched some of that. It was a pretty solid race. A lot of, again, close quarter action as it was in the Truck Series. Oh, Riley Herbst.
That wasn't his fault.
It was not his fault. It wasn't his fault in the slightest. I don't even remember what happened.
Ty Dillon's.
Oh, that's right. Ty Dillon decided to stay out on really old tires, blew a tire, and just crashed.
And I guess
No. Didn't blow a tire. He got loose and just came right in front of Herbst. If
Herbst had nowhere to go.
If Herbst didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just be clear on that one. Yeah, Matt Mills caught on fire. Ryan Sieg, I saw that one. Coming off of turn 2, he had a tire going down, coming off of 2, and it just spun it, trying to save it, and then the nose just dug into the grass and just. When I say it sheared off, and the splitter was stuck in the ground.
Yeah.
So it just destroyed the car. And then Brett Moffatt, he was just doing good. Someone crashed in with him, but I don't remember who, and just killed the day. Myatt Snyder had issues. I think he had a flat tire. I think it was Myatt Snyder that got into him. But at the end of the day, the top 3 drivers of the day were Cindric, Hamrick, and Dinger. Brandon Jones ended up finishing 3rd, but those are the top 3, and
Allmendinger got the
Allmendinger ended up snaking it in the last run. So the Dinger's 2nd win, if you want to call him a ringer, you're sadly mistaken, because now he has 2 oval wins.
Yeah.
This one wasn't luck based like the last one was. This one he just straight out went out and just kicked ass. So great for him. Gregson ended up having a 5th place finish.
His best finish so far.
To redeem himself from the week before at Homestead. So that's good. Michael Annett 6th, Josh Berry's 7th, who running really well in that 8 car right now. Justin Haley 8th, Harrison Burton 9th, and Jeb Burton with another top 10 finish to round out your top 10.
If we go down one place lower, we got Brandon Brown in the 68. That still making good runs.
Yeah, that team's. I think they're full RCR powered now.
Good.
So that's awesome to see. And then you go a couple places down under him, and you have Santino Ferrucci. And we were a little harsh on him the week before, saying he wasn't going to amount to much, and he pulls off a top 15 finish. And from what I saw, he ran in the top 15, 20 all day. Did what he had to do. And just a very clean race.
A respectable run by Ferrucci, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And then we move on to the Cup Series at Las Vegas, which was by far the best. It was the best race of the weekend, hands down.
And probably so far my vote for best race of the year. If you ask me.
Right now, it's the best race of the year. I would vote with that with you on that one. Kyle Larson dominated the race.
Oh, man.
He was
on fire. If he wasn't in the lead, he was coming to get it.
Mm-hmm. He was in the top 5 all day except for the one time.
I mean, heck, we knew going into the race that he was going to do well.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting him to go out and just dominate like Byron did the week before.
Yeah.
Just no one could catch him. Every time that he'd have the lead, you'd have to look in your rearview mirror to see where the 5 car was. Brad Keselowski just did what he could, but just could not hold off the 5. Kyle Busch, after having a really, really abysmal day to start off, ended up getting a 3rd place finish.
Brought the car back.
Yeah. Denny Hamlin, who ran up front for the most part in the first part of the race, finishes 4th. Blaney 5th. Truex 6th. Christopher Bell 7th. William Byron, who was also running up at the front in the very early portions of the race, ends up 8th. Logano, who got the lead very early in the race, ends up finishing 9th. And Eric Jones, a surprise top 10 finish, will round out the top 10.
Really good finish by Eric Jones in that 43 car.
Oh, see, and that's what I like about this package, is that it feels like a Daytona package, even though it's not. So you can get these...
It still kind of promotes that anyone can win package.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that. I like the fact that it kind of narrows the gap for all the drivers, that you have to be on your game at all times.
Makes the race kind of interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm. And some drivers who just weren't on their games, can we all just say
the scary part is one slight misstep and you're ruining a lot of days. That was kind of scary
I'm surprised.
to watch,
I'm surprised there was not any big crashes.
Yeah.
Cause
they kept it relatively tame from how close they were racing. It was really surprising, but it was great to watch.
It was a really good race, and I really enjoyed
really showed the talent of these guys.
Mm-hmm. And just let's go through everyone who had a poor day. Kurt Busch, the first one. I picked him to be a solid runner for the day. Didn't do anything all day. Just abysmal car.
Yeah.
My pick to run up front as well was Kevin Harvick. Didn't do anything.
I don't know what happened to him. He just sank like a rock.
I think
as soon as the green flag dropped, he just was gone.
I just think it's the Stewart-Haas cars, to be honest. But we'll see that this weekend at Atlanta. If history repeats itself, Stewart-Haas is going to be in for a very, very long season when it comes to cookie-cutter racetracks.
It's not going to be fun.
It's the same package all the way around for all those tracks. So that's 10 to 12 races where you're going to be struggling.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin Harvick might be able to bring his talent, might be able to raise that bar just a wee bit, but the other three, Briscoe's a rookie, Custer's in his second year, and Almirola, I've always thought
Almirola's kind of on his way out the door.
Yeah, I've always thought that Almirola was kind of a subpar, not a subpar talent. He was okay. He had his moment. He has his moments, but he's not consistent enough with those moments to be.
I'll give him one thing. He earned that Talladega win.
Oh yeah, no, he's a great restrictor plate racer.
Yeah,
hands down.
He has his talents. He has his upsides. It's just they're really contrasted by his massive weakness, which is his consistency.
Yeah, he's very inconsistent. It looks, and it sucks to say, but hopefully he can turn that around and.
I'm sure he will. I mean, we were singing praises of his consistency last season, and towards the end of the cutoff and into the playoffs when he was making those top 10, top 5 runs
in a row.
Yeah,
he was doing them consistently. See,
runs,
he does have his consistency, but it's not consistent enough.
His inconsistency is his consistency, and that's
right
kind
now
of
he's
an
being
issue.
very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Whether it's the car or the team or the package, it's something, and I'm sure they'll figure it out over at Stewart-Haas Racing. But they gotta get on the ball. He's 26th in points right now, 43 points out of the cutoff. So there's a lot of ground to make up this early on in the season.
Well, it's funny that we talk about that because he actually had a better finish in Phoenix. He actually finished 11th.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
So,
well,
I completely forgot that up until now.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, on to Phoenix. We only had 2 races this weekend, the Xfinity and the Cup. Not as exciting as the Cup Series, but nonetheless, it was...
the ending to the Xfinity race, turn 2 was just a devil for these drivers.
Oh my God.
Jeez, these guys were wrecking back and forth, scraping the wall, leaving paint. It was like Darlington.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my
they were just
goodness.
Running too high for their own good. I didn't watch a lot of the race.
I did see the ending. Definitely a shootout of short track proportions. I know it's not a true short track, but this definitely had short track vibes to it. You got coming into turns 1 and 2. I think it was Jeb Burton. His car just would not turn. He slid up the track. He hit Hamrick, who slid into Haley, and that put them both on the wall. Jeb is trying to make up ground. Cindric pulls way out. Ty Gibbs follows him, and then it's just a scramble for third place at that point. Brandon Brown was the one who came out clean.
Mm-hmm. And a surprise 4th place finish by Riley Herbst.
And I'll tell you what. If you go down further back, J.J. Yaley was running in the top 10 for a while. Jeremy Clements was running in the high top 10 as well. It was a really surprising run from some of these guys.
I'm starting to wonder if some of these like mid-pack teams, like Jeremy Clements, like Brandon Brown, they're starting to reduce the gap to the big tier competition.
Yeah.
So they can get these better like 11th to 20th place runs consistently more than they were years past, where they were probably running 15th to 25th or 20th to 30th.
Yeah.
So it is great to see that. Yeah, Austin Cindric and just dominant. You couldn't beat him.
No.
It was his race.
He won the championship at this race, winning this race, and it was no doubt that he was going to win it again.
Yeah, and he just straight dominated this race, except for the one stint that Hamrick led and Allgaier led. It was Cindric's race. Ty Gibbs, second start, he has 2 top 2 finishes. I'm telling you.
Come on, hire the kid.
Like I said, if you're Martin Truex Jr., you see Ty Gibbs win, there's only one thing you can do. You go out and win. And
hey.
Speaking of which, that's exactly what he did.
Moving on.
Martin Truex Jr. ended up... He after the first stage, Martin Truex Jr. was 23rd, struggling with his car.
Yeah, he was having problems.
They went... I don't know what they did, but they had a long pit stop where I think they went under the hood, pulled some things out, or put some things in, and Martin Truex ends up winning the race. So, amazing job by him. Joey Logano was... Basically.
I mean, he was running up front for a little bit, and then he slipped back. I think he was struggling for grip for the most part.
Oh, that sounded like most drivers, though. There was a lot of drivers that were struggling with grip.
It's turn 1 and 2. I don't know what it was. It was
let me rephrase that. They weren't struggling for grip. Because what Kyle Busch said is that he wasn't sure if it was him or the car. He says the grip is there, but I don't know if the car can take the grip or if I'm not pushing hard enough for the grip. That's what he said.
Wow, that's
so it was really weird to hear Kyle Busch be a little confused about what's going on, a little like, is it me or is it the car? I've never heard Kyle Busch question himself, so that one was a little weird for me to hear. Yeah, Martin Truex Jr. won. Joey Logano, who dominated the most of the race, finished second. Hamlin, Keselowski, Chase Elliott, the top 5. Harvick, who I thought was going to absolute shred the track, was just off.
Yeah.
He was just slightly off. He was there, but he just could not get his car to the front. He was just off all from the other drivers. Kyle Larson, 7th. Byron, 8th. Christopher Bell, who I also thought was going to do really well this weekend because he's been really good at Phoenix in years past. Finished 9th, so he did good. And then Ryan Blaney, who you thought was going to win, and I thought he was going to win after the first stage, ends up finishing 10th. And a couple of drivers that had issues today, as we talked. Kyle Busch just could not. He was having issues, and then
he was struggling all race long, and then he got into it with Ross Chastain, and then he had a tire go down with like 7 or 8 laps to go or something.
It was just a whole ordeal.
He was just not having a good race. The cards were not in his favor.
No. Tyler Reddick ended up blowing a tire.
But anyway, that's Phoenix. Yeah, that was Phoenix the weekend.
It wasn't a bad race all the way around. I mean, besides the incidents,
it
was a pretty solid race. But I have to ask you this, and I saw a video on it. Hendrick Motorsports, do you think they're back to the way they were 10 years ago? 15 years ago?
I'd say hold that thought until like later in the season because it's still really too early to say if they are back in form. Mm-hmm. I mean, they do have 2 wins out of like this is 5 races now. Mm-hmm. So
they dominated pretty much every except this race.
Yeah.
And Daytona, they pretty much dominated every race. They dominated.
I'm not going to say that they've returned to their roots yet, but I'm definitely going to say they've picked up where they left off last season.
Yeah.
And they're running with it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I only say that because as we were watching the race, I kept noticing here come those Hendrick cars, and they were just at one point there were 4 in the top 8. Bowman had his little issue, but ended up coming back to get a top 15 finish, so good on him.
But I want more races to pass so I can see if they can win as much as they have now.
Yes.
And as much as they've been able to show. I want to see if they can accomplish that.
Well, Atlanta's this weekend, so Chase, we'll get to the picks later, but I feel like Hendrick can, they probably won't be the top tier team.
Yeah.
But they will definitely be running in the top 10. You'll have at least half of them running in the top 10 all day. But yeah, it was a good race weekend, and Atlanta is coming up. It's going to be a good race.
You said we're keeping the package, so we get to.
I think we're keeping the package. I hope we are.
I want to see more of that racing.
You want to know the weird thing though? Is I don't think you can put the
Shuki plate.
No. As Logano calls it, the secret sauce, but it's the fucking rubber shit they put around the track.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
The traction compound or whatever.
As Logano calls it, the secret sauce. I'm just gonna call it that from now on. I don't know how you put the secret sauce around here because the whole track is older than you.
Yeah.
So how do you?
It hasn't been repaved.
It hasn't been repaved since. Oh, I might be wrong. I think they redid it when they redid the racetrack.
I was going to say when
I think
it got hit by a tornado or something.
In '98, so they resurfaced the racetrack. So '98 was the last time. So it's older than Andrew.
Right. I mean, I don't know what you would do. I guess try to get it all the way up, like at least about a car width to above, like a car width up the banking, giving you like that amount of space between that and the wall.
That or you put it in the middle because I know that.
Or the middle, yeah.
I know that the top of the racetrack runs supreme there, and I know that the bottom runs supreme. The middle kind of gets washed away during the run, so maybe you put it in the middle.
Yeah, I would say so.
And then
that way they kind of pick it up and they...
And then it slowly works its way to the top of the racetrack. You can use the bottom in the beginning and the top. But here, I want to make a bet with you. I want to make a bet with you right now. Who do you think is going to be the first one to ride the wall? Stenhouse, Larson, or Reddick? Who's the first one to go to the wall?
I think it's going to be Larson.
You think so? I think it's going to be Reddick. I'm sorry. I think it'll be lap 2 and Reddick will be on the wall. Be like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. This is nonsense.
Yeah, but it's gonna. I can't wait for that. But predictions will be later in the race. We have all 3 this weekend, but don't really have much in the way. We do have a little bit of news. Bless you. We do have a little bit of news, but I want to save that for next week. It's all of the Bristol updates.
Oh yeah.
With drivers, it's a whole cluster with drivers.
We can talk about the freezing thing.
Which one?
Both
of them.
I mean, they just got. I mean, they're out, so.
Okay. Oh yeah, we can mention both of them.
I mean, that could just be a slight mention at the end. We don't need to focus.
Yeah, we can do it at the end then with all the new shit. Let's look at those. I know that the F1 has just wrapped up spring preseason testing, so.
Also, well, I can't really do it now, and I don't want to wait till next week because they're going to start racing.
What?
I was going to say I want to check the full results of practice and
track. Well, I haven't even seen the full results. I know that Vettel in the last day was the slowest.
I mean, we could just look at that and give our predictions based on that.
Yeah, we can do that next week.
But anyway,
but the paint schemes, we finally got to see all the teams with their paint schemes, and I kind of want to go through each and every one of them and see your hot takes on each of them. Starting, and we'll do it in alphabetical order. Starting with the beautiful Alfa Romeo, which hasn't changed much from last year, but it still looks amazing. I think it looks great. Is that a 4-leaf clover on the side of it?
I think so, yeah.
I'll be damned, it is. I think it looks great.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't know. I kind of liked how it was before, where it seems like they kind of inverted the white and the red a little bit. It is a good change, but I don't know. The old way it looked kind of looked better. If they would have added on to that a little bit, maybe. Or kind of kept a red a little bit on like
the engine cover.
Yeah, on the engine hood. That would have been neat.
I agree with that. Let's give everyone like an 8 out of 10. Or like out of 10, like your opinion on it.
Out of 10, I would rate this, I'd say a 6.
I was going to say a 7.
It's good. I like it. But a lot could have been done.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like it.
It's not bad. Mm-mm. It's just not really that good.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't pop out saying, look at me. It's just like, oh, hey guys, what's up? Which I'll give that a 7. Yeah. So it's not bad. And then
next
here
we got the AlphaTauri.
They inverted their colors from last year. Because last year the blue was on the bottom and the white was on top.
Yeah, I guess they did.
And it was also a darker blue, if I'm right.
I don't think the color of blue changed all that much.
You don't think so? All right. Well, my opinion, I don't think it's bad. I think it's about the same as the AlphaTauri or the Alfa Romeo. There's too many alphas. Why does everyone have to be an alpha? I think it's all right. I mean, kind of like the same with the Alfa Romeo. You know, I feel like they could have done more.
Oh yeah.
It's a little.
They did kind of.
The last year's was better, but this one, you know.
I don't know. I think it looks a lot cleaner compared to last year, definitely.
Probably.
If I were to rate this, it would definitely be a 7.
This one,
not a lot of change.
This one, I think, would be a 6 in my mind. I think the Alfa Romeo is better, but it's not that much better.
Stealing my answers, all right.
No, hey, you stole mine.
Yeah, whatever. But that was the AlphaTauri. Now we got the Alpine.
The Alpine.
I'm already biased towards it because I see that number 14.
Oh yeah,
and of course both Alonso's my guy.
This it's so clean. Yeah. It is so clean.
I heard not a lot of people actually like this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, granted, it does look like a Colgate toothpaste.
Yeah, it seems very minimal, and it does kind of look like Colgate. You're right.
But to be fair, it is the French colors, so you do have to give them some credit. You're right. A little bit more could have been done, but I like the simplicity of it.
I mean, we've seen worse first liveries. Before. This definitely does not take the cake. This is a pretty.
This is a really good one. My opinion, it's an 8. I give it a solid 8. 8.5 maybe. You can do a little more, but it's really, really good.
All right, then I'm gonna go with the 7.5.
7.5.
Definitely.
Okay. So next we have the Aston Martin.
Aston Martin. Oh man, beautiful.
It is beautiful, but
beautiful.
No, you know what? Okay, they might have changed the shade of green from. The shade of green looks different than the original one, the first one that came out. Because the first one that came out,
it looks all the same to me. That might have just been the unveil. This might just be in a different light.
Maybe. I think the light changes it because it looked like a little tealish than it did.
Yeah.
Actually green.
It could have just been the studio they were in and the effects they used.
Maybe. I like it. I don't really necessarily like the pink.
I kind of do because it makes it stand out. And also you got BWT.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Okay. That explains why the pink's there.
Yeah.
All right, then never mind. The pink.
But it kind of makes it stand out and you can kind of really see the color. You get a good color difference between the dark green on the bottom and the Aston Martin green on top. Or the British Racing green.
Yeah, and it's, with most Aston Martins, you got to keep it, the same.
Yeah.
So you really can't change it. I'm going to give this one a 7.
A solid 9. I like this car.
I'm going to give it a 7.
This is a good looking car.
Oh, please don't tell me. Sorry.
Next,
I threw up a little bit.
we got this disgusting choice of Ferrari. Now, I don't mind the bright red to dark red gradient. That is a really nice choice. And it kind of makes the white numbers pop out a lot more on the back. But I don't know whose decision it was for the Mission Winnow logo to be green on the engine cover, because that is not really that pleasing of a choice.
And here's what pisses me off. The one in the front is black.
Yeah.
The one in the back is green. Why not just keep it or rotate it? I feel like the green would be so much better up there.
I don't think the green would be.
Well, the green probably wouldn't be better, but I'm telling you, it would be better than it would be on the back. That's just an eyesore.
Yeah.
If that was black, this car would instantly be an 8 or a 9. I think they need the traditional white stripe somewhere.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I feel like if you did the white stripe,
it seems like they're taking more and more away from the livery.
They might as well go straight red.
It used to just pop out. There used to be pinstripes all over just to make it look like a Ferrari, but now it doesn't.
No, it's just a red car.
It's just a red car with a Ferrari logo on it.
My opinion, it's a 4.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
It's still a Ferrari, and it may get put in good places because of Charles Leclerc. So
yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 5 on that.
I'm giving it a 4.
The livery alone, it gets a 4. Yeah.
The livery alone is a 4. But I'm only grading this shit on the livery.
Yeah,
it's just bad.
Yeah.
And then we get to the other toothpaste car.
All right. There's a lot to digest on this. All right, so yeah, his sponsorship might actually explain the livery. Then still, I don't really like it.
Because the Ural Kali, if I'm even saying that right, is the Russian sponsor by Nikita.
Okay.
So
still,
and 1-in-1 I think is the new one that Shumi brought. I don't know, but
one now.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a huge change from the original Haas, but they've never had that kind of title sponsor since Rich Energy.
And Rich Energy. Let's just hope they don't screw them like Rich Energy.
More like Bitch Energy.
More like Poor Energy, because we don't want to pay you.
Yeah. And then we'll make fun of your drivers.
On to the next one.
McLaren.
My eyes.
McLaren.
I can't stand the glory.
It's too good.
It is too good. And I'll say this.
That papaya orange is just
that blue with the papaya orange is amazing, but this in the back.
Oh yeah,
that is just
rainbow.
It's just the chef's kiss on this whole thing. Not only is this car going to be a beast, I think, in the F1 season, this car livery is, I think, the best in the field.
Personally, yeah, I think it is.
And this is coming from a Ferrari fan. This is the best livery in the field. I am instantly giving this I'm giving this a 10. Like, best.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 10.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Of course, I'm biased, though.
Oh yeah, you're biased, but as a I don't see anything wrong with it at all. McLaren has gotten so much better with their liveries, and I love it.
Mercedes.
You know what? I might take that back. I might have to give them a 9.5 because this is so clean.
This is pretty good, actually.
No. I rephrase that. The McLaren's a 10 because I found one flaw that I don't like on this Mercedes, and it's the number. It's very hard to read. I mean, you can see it.
I don't know about that.
I feel like if you would have done solid red as another tribute to Nicky, that would have been cool. Because you have the AMG, and you know it's going to say AMG over, so why not just do solid red to cover it up?
That, or kind of like fade in a block of white to just blend in with the AMGs to make it just kind of...
See, yeah.
To just fill in the 44 there, so you can read the number more clearly. I can read it all right. It's not a problem for me.
Yeah. But
I kind of get that.
Yeah, this is a clean car. And
what I do like is the white fade just above the...
Oh, yeah.
Light blue pinstripe on the side.
It is clean.
Yeah,
in my opinion, this is a 9.5.
Yeah,
it is very clean.
I mean, I think it actually ties with McLaren. I'm gonna have to give this. A 10.
I'm gonna give McLaren the edge on this.
This is too good.
And then your traditional Red Bull.
Yeah, of course, Red Bull.
Not changing a thing.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And
keep the
it's
same
not. I mean,
looking Red Bull. I mean, everybody loves it. I love this livery so much.
Yeah, Don't if it ain't broke.
Except the Cobalt Disruption camo looked really cool.
Oh yeah, I really wish that was a full-time thing.
I wish so much.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
It's a 9, solid 9. Very
solid
good job.
9 from the judges. And then we'll move on to Williams. Williams definitely took a different path with this one.
Yeah, they did.
I'm not gonna say it was a bad direction.
No, I'm going to say it's a bad direction.
The color choices definitely are a good choice in my opinion. They definitely stand out. This car definitely stands out. I just kind of wish...
I don't like the barcode on the side.
Yeah, I wish that would go away or replaced with like...
side stripes.
Yeah, a different kind of stripe pattern.
Or
just lower the stripes down so you can see the W a lot more clearly.
Yeah, it looks like it's meshing really poorly with the Williams logo, and I don't like it.
And then just the entire body blue. I wish they darkened the tint a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I kind of liked back in the 2012, 2013 days, that Williams blue. That is a good-looking blue.
Yeah, that was... yeah.
But I mean, if I had to rank this, I would give it a 6.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say about a 6 to 6.
It's not bad, and it's definitely not my least favorite livery of this group.
No, it's I'll give it that. So,
and like I said, it's not really my least favorite Williams scheme.
So what's your top 3 schemes? Obviously, McLaren and Mercedes.
McLaren, Mercedes, Aston Martin.
Aston Martin. Yeah. I'm going McLaren, Mercedes, Alpine. I just like.
Alpine definitely does look good, and I can't wait to see it on track.
I know we graded Red Bull a 9, but I'm so used to seeing that scheme that it's like, eh. But yeah, those are the liveries for this season in Formula One. Some took a step up, some took a step back, but all in all,
testing wrapped up this weekend.
Yeah.
Next week because this weekend they start.
No.
Oh no, yeah, they take a week off.
It's the weekend after. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the weekend after. This weekend was supposed to be Australia.
Well, we will definitely have to review the whole testing result, the entirety of the testing results, and give our predictions going on next week.
Yeah, we'll do that and get our predictions for next week. Oh God, next week's episode is going to be a long one. But it's. I'm glad
it's an exciting weekend. You got the Bristol dirt race, and you got the
Sakir dirt race. Did you know they had a sandstorm happen during one of the practice sessions, and they were basically just grinding on sand the whole time?
Yeah.
So, but onward to Atlanta. Next race we get to. All three series are racing. So starting off the truck series. Oh, I don't know. We never mentioned this. Bill Lester is returning to the truck series.
Yeah.
60 years old, This man has not been in a top-level race car in 14 years, is getting back into the Truck Series.
I can't wait to see what he can do with David Gilliland. That's going to be exciting. But...
Yeah, I hope he just has a solid day. That's all I'm rooting for. Just a solid day. Go out there, do what you got to do. Yeah, money pick for today's race. For not today's race. This weekend's race. Oh, that's gonna be hard. Is Kyle Busch? Kyle Busch is racing in the. Okay, so Kyle Busch is racing.
Kyle Busch is racing this week.
We can't pick him because we know he might go out and just win anyway.
Yeah. Odds are
he's gonna go out and win anyway. Let's see here. Who do you think is gonna go out and win?
If I was a guessing guy, I'm gonna have to go with the 21 of Zane Smith.
Zane Smith?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's gonna. It's another mile and a half. I think he ran well at Vegas.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to run well again this
He was doing solid at home. They didn't race at Homestead, did they? No. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
He was doing... Did they?
No, they didn't.
Okay. So, yeah. So, this is... Oh, yeah. He did solid at Vegas. It was solid last year, a mile and a half tracks. I can see that. I want to go John Hunter again, but I know he's not going to do it twice in a row. I just don't see it happening. I'm going to go with Sheldon Creed.
Sheldon Creed? Well, I can see that. I mean, he's definitely one of the best of the fields.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go Sheldon Creed. I think he can step up and bring it. Everyone besides Kyle Busch. You know, because let's be honest. This race, I think Kyle Busch is just going to go out and just kick ass.
We'll see.
You need to be aggressive and you need experience here. And Kyle Busch is both. So I find it really hard that someone's going to go out and beat Kyle Busch this weekend unless he has a problem. All right, so then we have our
of the weekend.
Our money picks, our underdog picks. Who do you think is going to surprise you this weekend?
God, I'm gonna have to pick him again. Derek Kraus.
Another mile and a half oval, another opportunity. I think he's got a shot. Again, he's been running pretty well.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
I still believe in him.
Mm-hmm. I can see that, actually. All right. My underdog pick, I'm going to take Hailie Deegan. I feel like this is going to be the week where she doesn't have any problems. That she'll go out and be able to race a solid race and not have to worry about anybody.
I mean, we can only hope.
Yeah, she's getting screwed so many times on.
Sometimes it's not even her choice.
It's not like Daytona was not her fault.
Yeah.
The Daytona road course, not her fault. She had a blown tire. At Vegas, not her fault. She got caught up in a crash. That was just bad timing. So I feel like the luck will finally turn around for Hailie Deegan. On to the Xfinity Series, which is going to be that same day, whether before or after, don't matter. It's the same day. Money pick. Is Kyle Busch racing? No, he's not. Martin Truex Jr. is.
I don't think he's gonna do it again, but I gotta pick him. He won here last year, and that's Allmendinger.
Did he really? Did he win here last year?
I think it was at Atlanta.
Year? Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it was Atlanta.
All right, I can see that.
I mean, he's found his footing here at the ovals. I think maybe now he can find another.
Yeah. Only hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I am going to go with. I'm gonna go with Daniel Hamrick.
Ooh, yeah.
I
like Hamrick. He's definitely one of my favorites. He's been showing a lot of promise this year. Phoenix was his only hiccup because he kind of just got caught up in the last lap scramble.
He finished third at Miami.
Oh, he's been in the top 10 every single race except last week.
Yeah.
Or this past
third
week.
at Miami. He was second at Vegas. We're at another mile and a half track. What's stopping him? Third, second, only way to go is up.
Yeah.
First.
He has one more bar left to reach.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if he can do it this weekend. But who do you think is going to be the surprise driver? Your underdog.
Underdog. I am going to go with. I'm gonna go with Brandon Brown. He's done solid the last couple of weeks. I just think he's going to keep up with the top 15, top 20 finishes. Maybe break into the top 10 again.
That's kind of been his standard in like the past year now. He's been really putting that 68 car in good places.
Mm-hmm. So I hope that he can. I hope that he can just continue that success.
If I had to choose, I don't want to put him in that
spot
as an underdog, but he just has not been performing. That's Harrison Burton. But
yeah, he's like
just had bad luck.
It's like Haley Deegan. It's like it's not most of it's not even his fault. It's just blown tires, blown motors.
But
yeah,
it's a 1.5 mile oval. I think he's gonna find his footing here. I think he's gonna pull out a good finish and surprise a few.
Yeah,
maybe.
I agree with that. 100%. I think he's going to. I think this is the week he gets back on track.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm hoping so. And now we move on to the Cup Series. Obvious money pick. Who do you have?
Oh man.
I may just have to give it to Brad Keselowski.
You did win here last year.
He's been running up in the front consistently. He's been fighting hard all season long. I think this is the time the Deuce goes for 2.
Okay. No,
I think he's gonna take a win here.
I believe it. I'm gonna go with Kyle Larson. It's a track similar to Vegas. You got to run high, wide, and handsome.
This is one of his tracks, another one of his stomping grounds. And I'd say also keep an eye out for Stenhouse as well. Yeah, this is another kind of track that suits his fancy.
You got to run high, wide, and handsome. And I think there's only one other driver that could run on the high side better than Larson. But I just think it's Larson. Larson is going to bring a similar car that he had at Vegas, and he's going to do really well.
I can see that.
Who do you have for your underdog for this weekend?
Ooh, Austin Cindric's racing?
Yeah. I don't know how well he's going to do, but I mean, we can make a prediction, I guess.
I'd say keep an eye on him, but I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna label him as my underdog pick. Who I am gonna give it to is you know how when you get a cart in a store, there's always that one wheel that's fucked.
Yeah.
And that's my pick. That's Alex Bowman. He's the fucked wheel in Hendrick Motorsports right now. He's been off. He's nowhere to be found in these 3. I mean, he's had good runs up there from time to time.
But he just can't finish.
Yeah, he can't finish a race.
Or something happens and then he's forced to finish. Yeah, no, I agree.
But fingers crossed he's in that Hendrick equipment. I think he finally finds his way around and finishes a damn race.
No kidding. I sure hope so because that team, that whole 48 team needs it. My underdog pick, and I'm going to go back to my money pick for a second. I said the one driver that could probably best Kyle Larson in rim riding, that's Tyler Reddick. I think the only other driver that could beat Kyle Larson in rim riding is Tyler Reddick. The only reason he's an underdog, 1, less equipment, and 2, I think he's going to put it in the wall at least one time this weekend. I think he's going to put it in the wall at least one time this weekend. But I still think he's going to get a top 10, top 15 finish.
All right, I can... I mean, heck, I like Reddick. I can only hope the best for him, so... We'll definitely see this coming weekend.
You know what? And I want to throw this, and I was just thinking about this. What's one driver who do you think that should do well that won't do well this weekend? And we're only going to do this for the Cup Series because...
Yeah,
it's easier to predict this for the Cup Series.
If I had to say... I think we're going to see another mid-race collapse by the 18 with Kyle Busch.
You think so?
I think Lady Luck's going to bite him in the ass again.
You know what? I can believe that one, yeah. I'm actually going to go with Kevin Harvick. I understand that, he's a bottom feeder and he can run on the bottom and do all that things. But if that car is as bad as it was in Vegas, I think he's going to be running 15th, 20th all day.
Yeah, he ain't going to have a fun time.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be a rough ride for the 4-team if they don't find a groove to stand on. Yeah, those are the final stop picks for Atlanta. The news that we had that have a lot of news has a lot of news come out this week? Kind of, but no.
Kind of, but not really. I mean,
it's just like drivers for the Bristol race.
Yeah, they've been just announcing the one-off rides for Bristol. And that's about it.
But anyway, that's that. I will be actually at the track for my birthday. My birthday is Sunday, so I finally get to see a NASCAR race on my birthday. Thank God. Hope you guys enjoy the race weekend. It's going to be exciting for all 3 series. And we will catch you guys next week. And let us know what you guys think about the racing in the comments below. And be sure to check out the Instagram page that we had created about a week ago. It is also under the Final Stop Podcast. Underscores in between the words. To keep up with news, info, and paint schemes of the day, which I actually have been enjoying doing, actually.
Good.
I enjoy doing that, so hope you guys enjoy the racing. Get ready for Formula 1 because it's coming right around the corner. And we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.